The essence of this Kathopanishad is awakening your ability to reborn. About life and death. But final essence, the final result, the last word of Yamadharma from the Kathopanishad is awaken while you are in the body is enlightenment. Listen. Constantly reinvent yourself. For the reinvention, the first thing you need to do, you should be capable of dropping the past as past. Past has no meaning to you other than making you understand it has no meaning to you. Understand? Past has no meaning to you other than making you understand it has no meaning to you. I tell you, the only lesson you need to learn from past is don't be affected by it. And with all my responsibility, I am telling you, there is nothing good you need to learn from past. You go on justifying yourself, making you believe, no, from the past mistakes I will learn. No one learned. Relax. No one built Taj Mahal for love. Even Shah Jahan did not build for love. It is stupid theory being invented. The amount of lies told about Indian history to us, oh God. The amount of lies. If you carbon date the door of Taj Mahal, suddenly it says 1,000-year-old. And these fellows go on pushing us to believe that Taj Mahal is built by Shah Jahan. Is there no limit for stupidity? And there are tons and tons of evidences. It was Shiva temple. When some researcher, scientist, archaeologist try to reveal this, he is silenced brutally. Anyhow, let us come back to Kathopanishads. Listen, ability to reinvent yourself. Ability to reinvent yourself. I think I need to expand on this. Only then I'll feel complete that I've introduced the subject matter of Kathopanishad. Past has no power over you. Past has no place in your life. Do not have the desire to learn from past. Do not think something good can come out of brooding over your past. Don't dream from past your future. Lot more space and possibility in you than trying to pick up the lessons from the past. It's like in villages. They will grow hen, chicken in the house. They will run around and be constantly playing on the dustbin or where they put all the dirt in that corner. It will try to pick up some worms and everything. Just like that hen or chicken, don't play with your past. It is dustbin. how much ever, whatever you may want to pick up from the dustbin, the final result will be dump me and go and live your life. That is what past can give. The ultimate lesson your past can give to you is leave me and go and live. Leave me and go and live. Ability to discard past. When you drop the past, life becomes a possibility. Greatest possibility. Whenever I read the great saints, sages' life, Valmiki, Arunagirinatha Swami, not Arunagiri Yogeshwara, Arunagirinadhar, a saint lived in my native place, Tiruvannamalai. He was born and brought up in Tiruvannamalai. Ramadasa, Kanagadasa, Purandaradasa, Vittaladasa, the Dasa Sampradaya Bhaktas. Whenever I read their histories, stories, one of the most important point strikes me is their ability to reinvent themselves, and the moment they decided to reinvent themselves only is claimed as their enlightenment moment. Please understand, the moment when they decided and declared they will reinvent themselves, that moment only is considered as their enlightenment moment. That moment only is attributed as the moment when God gave darshan to them, when they are awakened, or the moment of spiritual enlightenment and experience, whatever. It is just the moment they decide to reinvent themselves. Please understand. Decision to reinvent yourself. Decision to reinvent yourself is the essence of Kathopanishad. Brahmaswarupa is messaging me. When you leave the past, your life becomes fast. Relax. You don't need to supply quotes from me, and this quote is wrong. When you leave the past, your life becomes feast. Not fast. Life becoming fast means restless. When you leave your past, life becomes feast. Not just fast. Good. I have not become that poor where Brahmaswarupa can give me quotations. I already wrote the poem as I committed with you all yesterday. See, it has come out in the style that my spontaneous style, how I sang a few days before in satsang about the love of Mahadeva, love current of Mahadeva. I am just sitting and referring because I wanted to make this as a traditional poetry, not the modern poetry. In Tamil there's two sections, Marabu Kavidai, Pudu Kavidai. The two sections are there. The traditional poetry and modern poetry. In traditional poetry, there are grammars for the poetry. My spontaneous expression, I do not know how much it has aligned to the grammar, so I'll take few days to align them to the grammar, because I used to, in 1995, 96, in those period, I used to write this traditional poetry without missing the grammar, without missing the traditional Tamil grammar. Tamil grammar is something far, far deeper, complicated than Sanskrit grammar. Please understand, I am not disrespecting Sanskrit because I have knowledge about both languages. I tell you, the grammar, Tamil grammar is very complicated because the language was being used as a spoken language till now. Sanskrit is no more a spoken language. I think even in those days, it was not a communication language. It was only a language used for elite, for writing. But Tamil remained as a communication language from the time of origin. So I am aligning it to the grammar, then I'll bring it and sing. Reinventing yourself. Please understand, the first step is dropping the load of the past. The second step, having courage to keep your possibility alive in the face of any impossibility perceived by you because of your SDHD. Listen. Keeping your possibility alive in the face of any impossibilities perceived by your SDHD. You may be wondering, why is Swamiji giving such long gaps in today's satsang? Because I wake up many people by giving the gap. It almost becomes lullaby for people if I am talking in my own tone and tune regularly. So sometime once in a while, I just change the tone and tune so people wake up. Something is not right. No, what happened? What happened? What happened? Is satsang over and everybody... As people left, Kalpadar Darshan over. Kalpadar Darshan over. Hey, you are on the train back to Bangalore. Get up, next station, Bangalore. So, just to give a wake-up call. It is my subtle way of giving wake-up call, because directly giving wake-up call not only disrespects them, it disrespects me also, because I am talking in such a way that they are able to sleep. So I have to save my face and I have to wake them up. So only during those moments, I use this technique of giving long gap. It is not sound. Many times even unusual, weird silence also wakes up people. Understand? Most of the time you can see while you are sleeping in the night, if the AC machine gets switched off by the electricity disconnection or power goes and AC stops, it is not that immediately room became hot, you wake up. The moment the sound disappears, you wake up. How many of you experienced this? The unusual silence also wakes up people. That is what I was trying to do. It's not just Niramaya, it's few more people also. No, I didn't want to tell just one name. See, I think the space of Anandavana, people are in Ananda. Ability to reinvent yourself. It is not necessary you need to live with the same current of thoughts or patterns. Please understand. It is not necessary you need to live with the same current of thoughts or patterns throughout your life because you created it once accidentally. They won't mistake you. Send them out. You think, oh, they are our guest. After all, they lived with me such a long time. How can I send them out? No. Not necessary. Whether you want to get rid of a simple addiction like smoking, or one of the most subtle addictions, the innate violence. Please understand. Yesterday in the last session, the night, I was explaining about innate violence. Because you missed the oneness, you have a deep anger and hatred towards unknown persons. It's like a FIR filed on unknown persons. Not just on one person or two person. Anybody who is seen, unseen by me. And you go on suffering with that innate anger, hatred, frustration. Patterns are matter. You can conquer them. They are not more powerful than you. Please understand. See, somebody who is interested only in money, for him, this silver stick, this may be more valuable than me. He will feel if I take this away, it will be more useful. If he takes me, what to do? He has to give food. And if he takes this, it will be useful for him at least. For a person who is interested in this is not more valuable than me. Look into your life in every place. Look into your life in every place where stupidity, the matter, is being given so much of importance over the consciousness. You see inside. Actually, I tell you, your whole problem in the life is nothing more than a simple early morning laziness in the bed. Listen. See, early morning. In the bed, you are already awake, but you are feeling, oh, why not 10 more minutes? I know what is there. But if it is really, there is a flight, you won't miss. If there is a compulsion, you will not entertain that laziness. All your suffering and ignorance and SDHD, self-doubt, hatred, denial, all that is only because you think you have a freedom. Please listen. You have a free space to play. Something in your life makes you feel the urge is urgent. No. You can't play this game anymore. A disease or an accident or a breaking up of a relationship or something, very strong root shock. You just wake up and decide to reinvent yourself. Most of you would have decided to reinvent yourself only when you have been slapped with a root shock by life. How many of you, please raise your hand? It's true. Root shock does not give you time to think. It's just cherishing that early morning laziness in the bed. That same attitude in everything in the life. I have to stop drinking. Okay, what is there now? Today this one glass, am I going to die or what? Alcohol is such, after one glass goes inside, you will forget that you thought. Only the first glass you drink. Second glass, the first glass is drinking. And you are no more in control. You are no more in control. Only yesterday I discovered, first few verses, when I was compiling only, it was taking few minutes, organizing words and all that. After 3-4 verses, suddenly I got the courage. Come on, let me write Andadi. Andadi means 100 verse. I suddenly decided that let me write 100 verse, Andadi. And it did not have any big plan. And maybe when I present it to you guys, I will be presenting 100 verse. Listen. Alcohol and poetry is one and the same. See, alcohol does damage to you, poetry does healing to you. That's all. Both the result is different, but the way it flows. If you take the first glass, second glass you will not be drinking, the first glass will be drinking. If you write the first poetry, second poetry, you don't have to sing. The first poetry will sing the second poetry. That is Andadi. The first poetry will sing the second poetry. First poem will write the second poem. That is Andadi. Listen. The simple laziness which you cherish, thinking things are not that urgent, that needs to be broken for reinventing yourself. It is urgent. The moment you are born, looking into death is urgent. Because any moment it can happen. Good news is, your consciousness is more powerful than any patterns or the matter. The great news I have is, you just need to feel the urge into urgent. That's all. You need to feel the urge into urgent. Don't say, I need to stop smoking, but I smoked 10 years. Will this one cigarette kill me or what? The other day I was reading a quotation in Facebook. It says, B.K. Sayangar did yoga throughout his life. He died in 93. Kushwant Singh drank whiskey throughout his life and he died in 96. So the moral of the story is, whiskey gives you 3-year edge over the life. What a stupid theory people develop. No, the stupidity is when you are drunk, all this looks real. A man who regularly drinks really believes this. Kushan Singh, if he was not drinking whiskey every day, he might have lived even 200 years. Who knows? The BK's family genetics, he might have died in 40 because of yoga. He lived till 93. Who knows? Look into that. People think, I have to give up smoking, but I smoked for 10 years. Will this one cigarette kill me today or what? Come on, it's okay. I have to stop smoking and continuing smoking. Because the urge to reinvent has not become urgent. It is as simple as smoking to as deepest pattern as innate violence. Even with the innate violence, I should not be shouting like this to my mother-in-law. I should become more humble, respectful to her. Thinking this, but the moment she passes in front of you, and after finishing, suddenly again you will remember, I thought I should speak little patiently with her. Please understand, all conscious human beings has urge to reinvent themselves. That's a good news. Only thing, it should become urge. I am not at all denying the existence of the urge, but the urge is supposed to become urgent. Reinvent yourself again and again and again. That is the essence of Kathopanishad. I tell you, in Indian tradition, is asked to do Parivrajaka Yatra, means changing the place every 3 days and travel. Why, you know? Because when you go to new places, your ability to reinvent yourself will start flowering. I feel whether you want to be a grihastha or sannyasi, in the young age, during the period of brahmacharya, you should spend little time in Parivrajaka Yatra and reinvent yourself. I am already planning. After they cross 18, I am going to send my Gurukul kids for Parivrajaka Yatra. They can't afford to miss. I am just waiting for them to cross 18. I think most of them, by the time they cross 18, they will be enriching, causing, living Advaita, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nityananda.org, www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.
नित्यानन्देश्वर सदाशिव समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि Adishakti-madhyamam Asmadacharya Parayantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanedar Kotaris, visitors, viewers. Everyone sitting with us all over the world, Nitya Satsangis, Sarvajnapeetha Yajamans. Everyone sitting with us all over the world. I welcome every one of you with my love and respects. I'll give the essence of what I am conveying in last few satsangs. First thing, anything you fill in your logic becomes your imagination, whether oneness or any decision you take, anything you fill your logic, it becomes your imagination. Anything you fill your breath, your heart, it becomes your visualization. Anything you fill your depth, that becomes your declaration. Time. Only anything becomes part of your space can be ever yours. Till something has not become part of your space, it cannot be yours. It is only your imagination, visualization, declaration. Length, breadth, depth. Listen. I made a statement, ferociousness breaks the time layer, removes tiredness, depression, boredom associated to length, breadth, depth, and makes anything as your space. The example story I gave, Bhishma. Understand? Two incidents I gave. In my life, one day I missed the morning Mangalarati in Ramakrishna Mutt. Mutt has a beautiful routine. Early morning, during the summer it is 4:30. The morning Mangalarati, everyone has to come slept. I did not do the cute analysis. Oh, what is the pattern? What must be the reason I overslept? I did not do all that cute diagnosis analysis. It was a ferocious decision. I think we should stop sleeping, that's all. Decided to stop sleeping. Only next 3-4 days I did not sleep. But the ferociousness was powerful enough to open my time layer. My decision to be in Mangalarati moved from length, imagination, breadth, visualization, depth, declaration to the space. Time opened up, and after that, not only I never missed Mangalarati, never sleep was a voting component of my life. Understand this word. Sleep lost voting right in my life's any decision. Any decision I took in my life, sleep, tiredness, depression, boredom all the four are same. Tiredness is the chemical effect of sleep. Depression is the psychological effect of sleep. Boredom is emotional effect of sleep. Coma is physiological, psychological, emotional effect of sleep. Death is the conscious effect of sleep. After that day, no decision could be influenced. Understand? After that, no decision in my life was influenced by sleep. The story of Bhishma. He goes to the woman. Santanu has fallen in love. Actually, he is going to pick up a girl for his father. That itself was not usual in Vedic tradition. And she expresses the fear that my son will not be a king. He will fight for the throne. See the ferociousness with which he handles the problem. He is not saying, don't worry, I will not fight, I will make sure my son does not fight. No! The ferociousness. I declare myself Akanda Brahmachari. Understand, the scene is described by Vyasa. It was such fantastic scene. Son sacrificing his life for father's lust, which is not dharmically expected. Dharmically, he is not expected to do this. He just deals the whole problem with ferociousness and says, not only I will be a servant forever to the Hastinapur throne, he declares himself as a servant of the Hastinapur throne forever, and he died for Hastinapur throne till the end. Understand? He dropped his body to protect Hastinapur throne. The last act he did, giving all the spiritual and dharmic strength he had to Dharmaraja, now who is Hastinapur throne head. Before he left the body, he made sure the right person is in the Hastinapur throne, Yudhishthira. And he infuses all his best things, Vishnu Sahasranama, and the system to rule. Both he gives to Yudhishthira. I don't know how many of you know, Vishnu Sahasranama was chanted by Bhishma on deathbed. On arrow bed, he chanted, and he gifted the great spiritual principles, the principles of administrating a country through a spiritual way, and gave literally everything to Hastinapur throne and left the body. Listen. See, in our Puranas, every incident and the boon and the whole story you need to connect and see. Only then you will understand the principles. He declares with all the ferociousness. The ferociousness, time opens. Listen, whenever something happens on the planet Earth, when the time layer opens, the gods and goddesses shower the flowers. Any incident you read, what is opening of the time? Your vow or the decision is from space, not restricted by time. Understand? Something is imagination, visualization, declaration, if it is bound by time. The same thing, if it is not bound by time, it becomes your space. Months, you will be constantly tired, bored, depressed, frustrated. Oh, this is binding. It will tire you, bore you, depress you, and force you to break it immediately. Why delay? Used to think, then what he must be thinking in Sabarimala when he was going? Because the speed with which he will rush back brings tiredness. Means within that time, it has not become part of you. It has not become your space. When Bhishma declares, everyone knows his power of integrity. And he says, I am Akanda Brahmachari. Over, everyone knows it is beyond death. Not even till death, beyond death. In Bengali there is a proverb. They always remind in Ramakrishna Math. A sannyasi can be declared pure only the direction, the way his ashes flow after his dead body is burnt. After you are dead and your body is put to the fire, the way it flows means even that ash should not flow in any wrong direction. It's a very symbolic proverb. Only the ash, the direction of the ash of the sannyasi's fire can prove his purity. Means that ability of Akanda, that proves whether something has become your space or not. Understand? Now, you put all these statements, the zigzag puzzle. Ferociousness opens time. When it was so powerful. It was so powerful. Any situation, if you deal it with ferociousness, your declaration becomes space. Your declaration becomes space. Where the whole nature just supports you. What makes you powerlessness? Your own fear or incompletion or distrust on you. You may not stand with something which you are declaring forever, whether it is a sannyas or marriage or oneness or Shakti manifestation, whatever. Your own feeling, you may not stand with it, or you may not be capable of standing with it. That makes you powerless, and that makes things only as a imagination, visualization or declaration without letting it become space. Understand? If you declare from your space the oneness, now you will manifest all the powers of Sadashiva. Because the initiation is same. It's not that initiation is going to change. Initiation is same. That's not going to change. Antidote for not manifesting powers is ferociousness. You just need to add more ferociousness in your oneness declaration. Your inner space need to be told ferociously, oneness is going to be the space from which I am going to make all the decisions. All my decisions are going to be from oneness. All my decisions are going to be from the logic of oneness, visualization of oneness, depth of oneness. Understand? If you want to have a big breakthrough in power manifestation, I am giving you the knack technique. Ferociously deal with your powerlessness. Let ferociousness become the attitude with which you deal your powerlessness. As I told you, the moment I saw the hypocrisy of the society, my ferocious response to the society is my satya. When I saw the stupid sexology ideas and ignorance, stupidity, hypocrisy related to sex, my ferocious response to the society is my brahmacharya. When I saw this whole possession, ownership concept stupidity, it is all about might is right. Understand? Nobody is owner. Just a mighty fellow is owner. That's all. Don't think ownership and all is absolute. No. Might is right. That's all. Is the reality of ownership. Legality of ownership and reality of ownership is different. Understand? The whole hypocrisy of the ownership and possessiveness of the society, my ferocious response to it is aparigraha. And whole society's economy issue. Not that somebody cheats you for money, exploits you for money, the very concept of money cheats you. My response to that, ferocious response to that is asteya. My ferocious response on the planet Earth is might is right. In a way, they try to make it as right is might. But actually might is right. My ferocious response to this hypocrisy of might is right, is my ahimsa. Understand, your ferociousness makes your declaration as part of your space. Bring ferociousness into your declaration of oneness, you will manifest powers. There is no other cheating methodology or knack. Hypocrisy. God is not a snake, so you play some sound and mantra and he just dances for you. No. No, you always think he's like a snake, so you play some mantra and he will just stand up and dance for you. No. Bring ferociousness into your oneness declaration. Sadashiva will manifest through you. You will manifest all the powers. The moment I made you manifest one power, I have already initiated you. After that, only help I can do to you is help you to become more ferocious in your oneness. That's all. The moment one power has manifested already, borewell is drilled and we have reached the water source. After that, I have nothing to do other than fixing you the motor pump and making the water available to you constantly. Ferociousness is the motor pump. And the source is inexhaustible. Deal with your powerlessness ferociously. Declare your oneness ferociously. The moment you decide to declare your oneness ferociously, you manifest all the powers of Mahadeva, all the powers of Sadashiva. All the powers of Sadashiva. All your powerlessness, silly conversations, silly pleasures. That's the right word I will use. Silly pleasures. Deal all your silly thought currents, silly pleasures with ferociousness. Deal all your silly thought currents and silly pleasures with ferociousness. I tell you, especially the Adinavasis and Sangha members who are getting trained directly through Jira, understand, this helps you in 10,000 ways. This Nava Avarana, Tantramsha means in Sanskrit software, 9-layer softwares with which I am training people to reflect their life. If you see, first of all, with all very clearly, how shallow, silly your life is wasted and destroyed in unconsciousness. How stupid, how you are destroying your life. How your internal and external conversations are silly. Even if you think it is chilly, no, it is silly. If you document your whole day's thought current, how you spend inactive and how much of time you spend active, intelligence, involved with the life, involving with the oneness, involving the... How unconscious your life is. It is like mirror, and how you can evolve you. how you can evolve you. Understand? Thousands of times you would have failed. That does not mean you are a failure. If you don't start any new method, if you don't try any new method to be successful, then you are a failure. Your failures does not make you as a failure. Listen. Your failures does not make you as a failure. Your non-trying makes you as failure. Be integrated to this Navatantramsha and see how your life, thought current, everything is spent, and how you can enter into ferociousness with oneness. Understand, if you just know how ignorant and unconscious you are, you will understand it is your powerlessness, your integrity to your powerlessness is the reason. I will do this work, I will do that work. No. I tell you, only with power manifestation, only by ferociously manifesting oneness, the purpose of your life will be fulfilled. Purpose of your existence will be fulfilled. Everything else is stupidity, waste of time, waste of energy, waste of life itself. Drop the silly conversations, silly pleasures, silly ways of pleasing yourself and pleasing others. No. Bring matured conversation. Bring ferociousness to your oneness declaration. In your space, oneness should be imagined, visualized, declared, digested into your inner space ferociously. The way you declare oneness, even your atmosphere, the air which comes out of your body and mixes, that's it. Kannagi declaring her chastity, even the Vatavarana. King dropped dead. Understand? King dropped dead. The ferociousness of oneness in me was more powerful than my bone marrow. Multiple compound fracture. I am telling, I think there is a fracture. Shall we give a medical attention to it? As usual, how I leave the campus, when I go to somewhere, some program, I will first go to temple, then go to Kalabhairava. I followed the same procedure. We have a video. I went to temple and took darshan and went to Kalabhairava, went to Subramanya, and then said, come on, let's go to hospital and give the medical attention. Of oneness should be more powerful than your bone and bone marrows. One comes out, he is in oneness. I went and checked every corner. Don't play games with him. The prana should give a witness state. Let the time open up. Let the time not have influence over your oneness declaration. Let the time not bore you, tire you, depress you. Let the time not bore you, tire you, depress you from the declaration or the existence of oneness. From the declaration or the existence of oneness. Let your ferociousness be more powerful than the. Let your ferociousness be more powerful than the time. If you know your whole life you are going. If you know your whole life you are going to be brahmachari, brahmacharya will never be any problem. You just know it's a trend, that's all. If you know your whole life you are going to be integrated, integrity will never be a problem. If you know your whole life you are going to attend the morning satsang, coming to morning satsang will never be a problem. If you know your whole life you are going to be doing morning yoga, morning you don't, you may not, you jill not. That is where the whole problem starts. Believe. Then all your ideas remain as imagination, visualization or declaration, never becomes your space, power manifestation. Bring ferociousness. Let your inner space know time will not be able to change your prince. Time will not be able to change your principles. I tell you, anybody who is not power manifesting, you are stuck in the hypocrisy. Your declarations are not true. They are only in the level of imagination and visualization, not even to the level of declaration. You have plan B in your hand ready-made. There is no ferociousness in your oneness declaration. Oneness is imagination for you, not lifestyle. If you declare your oneness as a lifestyle, power will manifest now, because you will break the layer of time. Bring ferociousness in your declaration of oneness like Bhishma. Anybody brings ferociousness in the declaration of oneness is Seva Gana. Is Seva Gana of the Nityananda Sangha. Last few days I am sitting in courtyard and trying to work out how I can use softwares and modern day gadgets to constantly. The Charya Pada for modern day is getting ready with Navatantramsha. Charya Pada means lifestyle component. Through lifestyle power manifestation. Mahadeva gives power manifestation through lifestyle. I am trying to bring that in a form of software, so understand, I am opening the doors of Kailasa. From wherever you are, you can remain as Kailasavasis. by connecting through this Adi Kailasa Tantramsha. I am evolving a new software called Adi Kailasa Tantramsha. Through connecting through this software, constantly you will be made to manifest the power of oneness. So from wherever you are, you can become part of the Adi Kailasa and start experiencing superconscious breakthrough and manifest powers. So today again, tonight I am continuing to sit in the courtyard to evolve the Adi Kailasa Tantramsha. Anyhow, let the software be ready. It will reach you, help you, support you to manifest. I sincerely request all of you to become part of the sign up to be a member of Nityananda Sangha. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam, Mahasadashivoham, the eternal bliss.
स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे.
Let's enter into the next sutra. Focus on fire rising through your form from the toes up until the body burns to ashes, but not you. This is again one of my favorite technique, because one of my predecessor, Ramana Maharshi, became enlightened through this technique. Let me describe Ramana Maharshi's experience in his own words. Then you can understand this technique. He says, around the age of 16, suddenly one day, very strong feeling or the fear of death started happening in him. A 16-year-old boy, fear of death means first thing what we would have done, hey, call doctor, we would have shouted 911, this, that, everything. Of course, fortunately in India, no 911 and nothing can be called. And he was not even bothered or perturbed. He did not even bother about calling or telling the family or even the relatives who were there in the same house. He was in Madurai at that time. Just he stretched his body straight and decided to go through the experience. He just lie down like a dead body and started seeing what is going on inside. Understand? A very courageous decision. Very courageous decision. He says beautifully, I saw very clearly I was dying. Step by step, slowly the body died. Suddenly I remembered, yes, only body is dead. I am alive. I exist still. I am there. And he says in the experience he saw very clearly as if his body being carried, burnt, reduced to ashes. Everything happened. In few seconds, everything happened. But suddenly he says something opened, clicked. Yes, body has disappeared. I died. It is burnt. Everything is over. But I exist. I exist. I am not dead. This was such a strong experience. Bhagavan says, once for all, the death fear left me. The fear of death has left me. And the
experience, I exist, stayed forever, once for all. Understand? In half an hour you can become enlightened. That is what Bhagavan is saying by expressing this. All it takes is half an hour. Logical mind, an ordinary mind, very difficult for the mind to understand. How can just one simple experience give so much of clarity and courage and experience, transform the whole life? He says within that after that experience happened, within few days he left the house all alone and travelled and came and settled in Arunachala and never left the Arunachala after that. Maybe Ramana Maharshi should have practiced this technique for many janmas before that birth. Whatever he practiced, that experience only just automatically opened up and pulled him inside and gave the truth. Let me repeat the sutra and we will try to understand. Focus on fire rising through your form from the toes up until the body burns to ashes, but not you. It's very, I can say practically all mystical tradition in the planet Earth use this technique, including Christianity and Sufism. Even in Christianity they use this technique. In many Catholic monasteries and nunneries they use this technique. I read the other day one of the esoteric Christian groups, spiritual groups, not the social group, but spiritual group, who are fully engaged in transforming them and enlightenment science. Spiritual group. They say that they are nuns. Every day they will lie down inside the coffin before sleeping for 2 hours. Of course, open coffin, not closed. They will lie down and meditate that they are dead. In Sufism, they dig a pit and lie down in that and meditate. Of course, in Vedanta, this is one of the, I can say that most used technique in Vedanta for enlightenment is this death meditation. Kathopanishad describes this technique wonderfully. Most used technique in Vedanta. Everybody before taking sannyas has to go through this technique. And in Buddhism, anybody who is initiated into sannyas, first thing he has to do is he has to go and sit in the graveyard for 3 months and see continuously dead bodies being burnt and visualize that he is also being burnt. If you have that much courage, it's good. You can go and sit in graveyard and see the dead bodies being burnt every day. Of course, unfortunately here in this country you can't see. It's all electrical. In India you can see it's a open burning, natural process. They will arrange the wood and put the body and burn. I have seen, I myself personally had this experience in Varanasi. Let me describe this sutra, then I will add my personal experience. Focus on fire rising through your form from the toes up until the body burns to ashes, but not you. Mahadeva says, visualize the fire rising out of your body, slowly, step by step. Let your form be burnt. He is saying beautifully, Let your form be burnt. Let your body turn into ashes, but not you. Let me describe exactly what happened with me when I had experience with this technique. I always used to think I should have the experience of death or face death directly, face to face. But somehow that thought never became a priority. See, any thought has to become priority. Only then experience can happen. If it is just in corner of one mind like a 100 and work, it should become priority in your laundry list. Not last. It should become priority. Usually in our laundry list, washing, cleaning and cleaning the house and paying the rent and phone bill. If time permits, enlightenment also. If time permits, meditation also. That's all. But here, that way things will not work. Only when it becomes top priority, when urge becomes urgent, things starts transforming in you. Otherwise it is okay, but nothing much can be done. One small story, one guy goes to the doctor and says, "Doctor, I tried to commit suicide by taking 1,000 aspirins." Doctor asks, "What happened?" He says, no, after 2 I felt better, I stopped. So, you may feel better after 2 aspirins, if it is in your laundry list. But, only if it is in top priority, experience can be achieved. So it was not in my top priority. Somehow it was getting postponed. When I went to Varanasi, Varanasi is the holy city for Hindus, largest floating populated city, floating population. 300,000 people per day enter and go out. Such huge floating population per day, average. That is the amazing thing. And per day, 300 people are burnt in one place. 300 dead bodies are burnt in one place. Manikarnika Ghat, they call it Manikarnika Ghat, where traditionally it is believed, if you leave the body or if somebody dies in that area, or if somebody's body is burnt in that area, they will be liberated. They will have direct enlightenment. Not only it is traditional belief, Ramakrishna confirms it from his own experience. He says that I saw very clearly Shiva, Mahadeva himself going near every pyre and taking that soul, unclutching it from the body mind and liberating. He says, I saw it with my own experience. So, you can't say it's a mythological belief. It's a solid experience. I had the fortune of going to that ghat. Understand, traditionally, not only it is believed, it is true, for last 2000 years, the fire has never been put off. Whether it rains, from the fire will be taken and lit. It's a akanda smashana, means unbroken fire. Means day and night bodies will be getting supplied. I saw sometime they do bunker card system, 2-3 bodies at a time. Because so much bodies are coming. I don't know from where people are dying so much. Because if you sit half an hour, something like a 200 bodies comes. They will start walking from their place carrying the body. By the time it becomes evening, they will reach the Manikarnika. Totally per day average 300 bodies are burnt. Only in the evening 200 bodies will be there. Because evening only they will all reach the Manikarnika. Whatever is said and done, I cannot describe. Fear of death just disappeared. When you see so many bodies, what is there like this? You don't feel lonely about death. You feel it's like one more trip. So many people are there. Chala, it's okay. And this is what is going to happen. See, if you see one body being burnt rarely once in a while, you will have that fear. There you will see. Unimaginable. And no ritual, nothing. They will bring the body, straight they will dip in the Ganga. 3 times, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, over. Means Rama's name is the ultimate truth. Rama's name is the only eternal truth. Rama's name, just bring it out and keep. By the time the pyre will be ready, the wood will be arranged, ready. Actually, they continuously keep on arranging. Even if bodies are not coming, they are keeping on continuously arranging. I asked them, why do you guys arrange continuously? You don't know, Swamiji, in half an hour, 200 will come. They have accounts as if they know for sure. And the bodies come and it's arranged. They give like a token based on the entry. The moment body enters, they will give the token. And another funny thing, no relatives stay there and do any ritual. The moment they do the Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, dip 3 times to the Ganga and throw the body there and go away, that's all. Because the people who are there, the maintaining, they will take care. And you don't know how long it will take the body which you brought, your friend or relative's body, to be put in the fire. It's in the queue system. Continuously it's going on. All I did, let me try to sit here and see what goes on. And I sat. Just in half an hour, 1 hour, the death is no more a strange incident which happens once in a while for some relative or friend. It became like okay, next, that's all. Next, that's all. All size, all gender, all age, all kinds, all color, all community, all religion also. Anyhow, these guys are seekers. So even they bring the bodies. Even their bodies are brought. She had a big belly. The cloth burnt and the fat which was there in the belly started burning and melting and flowing. Sorry for describing too vividly. I could see very clearly because the cloth got burnt. The body is there and the fat is burning and melting and flowing. Because the fat is flowing, the fire is still burning with a full speed. That gave a very strong click into me and said, oh God, yes, same way. That click opened up a deep fear of death. And that fear, when it spread all over the body, when I faced it consciously, I could see very clearly that fear spreading all over the body. When the fear met my awareness, hit my awareness, that became death experience. Understand? Whenever your fear is suppressed, it stays inside you as a suppressed fear. Whenever it comes out and you are not consciously facing it, it becomes a fear stroke and shakes your whole nervous system and breaks it down. If it is faced conscious, escape, run away, when that fear happens, it becomes death. When you face it consciously, it becomes death experience. Death fear plus subconscious is suppression. Death fear plus unconscious is nervous breakdown. Death fear plus conscious is death experience. Understand? I have given a clear explanation, clear equation. Death fear plus subconscious is suppression, perversion. Death fear plus unconscious means you don't suppress, but neither you face. You just get shaken, frightened, fear stroke, nervous breakdown. Death fear, conscious awareness is death experience. I was able to see very clearly The fear which rose when I faced it consciously with awareness became death experience. Means I saw clearly the body is dead. It's not moving. 2.5 days, no food, no water, no thought, no question, no doubt, body was there. Only after the experience I realized 2.5 days passed. It was there. I could see with closed eyes, the body is dead and there is no movement. Suddenly, after 2.5 days, the click happened. God, body is dead, but I exist still. I am there. That clarity, that click, when it clicked, it became such an intense ecstasy. The fear of death left once for all. And it has become such a deep ecstasy, such a joy, such bliss. And slowly opened the eyes. I was able to move the body. First thing I felt was such a deep ecstasy and gratitude. I went down to the Ganga. It was just a few feet. Sprinkled little Ganga water, took the Ganga water in Kamandalu, little ash from the pyre, straight went to Vishwanatha and put that ash and did the puja. That was the first thing. It was such a deep gratitude. I saw Vishwanatha was alive. Understand? Because I died, Vishwanatha became alive. Till the day before, because I was alive, Vishwanatha was always dead stone. Because I was alive, Vishwanatha was just dead stone. Because I died, Vishwanatha is the Shiva in Varanasi, the Shivalinga. I always felt to touch this stone, 300,000 people are coming every day. What foolishness! And one more funny thing, when you can touch the deity by yourself, you lose respect. In South India, you can't touch. In North India, you can touch by yourself. And the Vishwanatha, you can touch and play with yourself, everything. And naturally, you will feel, what is this? Just to touch this stone, people are coming from all the way. I always felt it was a stone. Because I was alive. When I died, I saw clearly, he is alive. Only one can be alive, either him or you. When you see the truth, he will become alive. We will not be anymore alive as we think. And the fear of death left once for all. I can say, this is one of the very strong experience, transformed me towards my enlightenment, towards the spiritual ultimate truth. That click is what I call Satori, the enlightenment experience. Let you achieve and radiate the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.
Sadanashilasamaarambham Nityanandeshwari Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis, Srimahans, Mahants, Kotaris, Tanedars, sitting with us all over the world through Nitya Satsang, Nityananda TV, Sadhana TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. City is sitting with us in two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Nityananda Nagar Abiddi, Nityananda Nagar Tiruvannamalai, Nityananda Nagar Nagaramu, Hyderabad, Vidadishwari's Training Center, Salem, Nityananda University, Los Angeles, Nityananda University, Paris, Hyderabad, Gupta Kashi, Singapore, Singapuram, Charlotte, Srisailam, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Houston, Kalahasti, Ohio, Prayag, San Jose, Madurai, Penang, Tirupparangundram, Toronto, Kailasam, next to Toronto, Scottsdale, Arizona, St. Louis, Festus, Seattle, Chidambaram, Jnaneshwar, Nepal, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Jorpati, Nepal, Hong Kong, Sirgali, Dubai, Vaidyanatham, Indrani, New Jersey, Tune Moon, Hong Kong, Johns Creek, Georgia, High Point, North Carolina, Austin, Grasse, France, London, Kashi, Rajapalayam, Dhyanapitham, with this, I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Some more cities are joining. Halifax, Canada. I welcome you all with my love and blessings. In the form of Digvijaya, going around the world and conquering it. I'll take few minutes just to explain this story. Then I'll enter into the living. After the coronation, you have to go around all the 10 directions, establish your authority. If you are not able to establish, anybody declares independence, they are independent. So whenever the kingdom moves from the father to son or daughter, even as inherited, they themselves have to go around on inheritance. Goes round all the 10 directions and establishes our authority. By tomorrow morning sunrise, she reaches Kailasa and sees Mahadeva. The moment she sees Mahadeva, she conquers Nandi. Mahadeva has to come to fight with her directly. The moment she sees Mahadeva, she understands she is Ardhangini. The realization of the Ardhangini happens, then by tomorrow evening the marriage ceremony, Mahadeva says, Go to Madurai, I'll come there and marry you with all your relatives. Then Mahadeva comes here with all his bhoota ganas and whole Madurai gets frightened seeing the Shiva and Shiva ganas. Then Mahadeva takes a very beautiful handsome form. That form only is called as Sundareshwara, Lord of beauty and grace. So tomorrow, before sunset, the marriage happens. This is the story. So today Devi is going around all the 10 directions and establishing our authority. That is what you are seeing. Great. Let's move to living Advaita. Listen. I wanted to make these few statements on living Advaita. The more and more violence you cherish, more and more you become pieces, disintegrated, and useless to yourself and others. Listen. Never ever believe out of ignorance or innocence people will become useless. No. Only out of cunningness people will become useless. It's law of life. It is intense violence they are cherishing. See, when the land, when there is no water, it becomes too hot. It breaks and gives way, goes to pieces. Same way, in the being, when there is too much violence, heat, it gets disintegrated. I tell you, not once or twice, thousands of times I have seen. Whether it is Tanedars, Kotaris or Mahants, whenever I see inefficiency, I see a deep anger inside them, arrogance, feeling that they need to be given more in everything. I never accept innocence or ignorance with inefficiency. It is a deep violence and anger, arrogance. So listen, this is law of life. This is law of life. You cannot debate with it. You cannot fight with it. You cannot change it. There is nothing even to accept it. Anywhere you see people carrying impossibility, dry, cannot relate with the reality of life. Please understand. Whenever you relate with the reality of life, joyful, auspicious things simply happen around you. If the people around you see you, live around you, if they cannot celebrate your presence, you are completely infested with intense violence. Be very clear. People should be able to celebrate your presence. If people around you celebrate your presence, you are a sannyasi. Otherwise, to do lot of completion, I tell you. Please understand. These are some of the law of life, may look paradoxical, But these are truths. Your body should celebrate your presence inside it. Your stomach should bless you after you give food. After food, if you are feeling tired, sleepy, your stomach is cursing you, feeling heavy, uncomfortable, be very clear. You are not eating for your body, you are eating for your tongue. Few inch muscle can destroy your whole life. Your body should celebrate your presence in it. The people around you should celebrate your presence in their life. Somehow this not being in tune with life is considered as one of the spiritual quality, or it is being tolerated. Please, by evening I received the mail. Yes, I dropped that pattern, how much I can do, and looked around. There were people already giving what I wanted. Understand the practical, what you call as practical problems are nothing but your arrogance, abusal behavior to life. Arrogance and cunningness, incompletions, you can be successful. Understand, law of life does not work that way. It is only with completion, establishing yourself in the space of completion, anything great can express through you. Immediately we start thinking, no, there are millionaires, billionaires, are they all in completion or what? When they can all accumulate what they want, why not me? First thing, how do you know they are not in completion? Maybe they built the completion in the past births. That is why they are able to handle that huge responsibilities in this birth. They built enough inner space in the space of completion. Or if they don't have completion, wealth may be around them, but they may not be living it. The zeros growing in bank is not wealth. The heroism you feel inside you is wealth. The possibility you feel inside you is wealth. Even if there is billions and billions in the bank, trillions in the bank, and if you are not carrying possibility in your being, I don't call it as a wealth. If you are carrying possibility and just making what you want to happen go on, I'll call that as wealth. A deep down, the violence and arrogance you carry is responsible for keeping you away from people and happening. Understand, life is a great happening. It is a constant utsava, celebration. From morning till night. You just need to drop your frustration. Life is literally Varanasi. It's a celebration. It is fascinating. If you see the dust, they leave it and go, it is frustrating. Now it is your responsibility to remove all the frustrating things and make the place more and more fascinating. Same way in your life. If you are constantly stuck with some of the failures which you created and doesn't want to complete, or frustrating. If you are ready to fall in tune with the life, you are ready to complete with it, it will become more and more fascinating. So the first thing, stop cherishing the constant anger and violence, feeling life is not just. The more and more you cherish life is not just. Life is adharmic. Life does not give my right. It is not equal to all. The more and more you cherish these ideas, the more and more you will develop anger and violence, and more you will become dry. When you become more and more dry, you will be broken to more and more pieces. And when you are broken to more and more pieces, you will become more and more powerless, and exactly you will become what you thought, dirt. Exactly you will become what you thought as you, dirt. Now what I said is vicious circle. Now I present the virtuous circle. Start cherishing. No. Life has done so many things to me. I was only not ready to take it up responsibly. Then naturally the first seed will start happening. Cherish it more and more with responsibility and completion. You will see the seed grows, become a plant, plant grows, become a tree, tree grows and gives the fruit. The fruit tree delivers is living Advaita. When you celebrate the life happening in you, first thing, your body will be so happy. Next, the joy will be such, the people around you will start feeling you are such a strong presence. When people around you celebrate you, understand, everything you call as life will simply happen. Your body celebrating your presence is health. People around you celebrating your presence is wealth, relationship, fulfillment, life, everything. In the stimuli process, both will happen. Your body will also celebrate your presence. Your body celebrating your presence is health. Your mind celebrating your presence is bliss. People around you celebrating your presence is life. The stimuli process will teach you that. Wherever, whenever you are cherishing impossibility, first you need to do is dropping the violence, anger you carry inside you about life. Even if you think, how much I can do, then just die, that's all. Do you want that? Then why are you living the Indian divorce? This Indian divorce is a unique lifestyle. Neither you are married actually, nor you are separated legally. You live your life, she lives her life. Kids live their life. And when she goes for her dinner, she leaves a note. I am going for dinner with my friends. Your dinner is in the cookbook, page number 42. Ingredients are available in Reliance Fresh. The Indian divorce. Don't have Indian divorce with life. Either live happily, at least otherwise disappear. You can take another one body and when I say disappear, I don't mean commit suicide. You can't commit suicide. In Hindu tradition, suicide is not allowed. In our dharma, suicide is not allowed. Then the only way is as long as you have the body, you have to live. You yourself don't have a right to destroy your body. Actually, there is no option. You just have to make it happen because you took the body. With life. Understand? I just wanted to repeat this word. Don't leave. Who wants? Friend, you know what kind of a face you should show to your friend. Show the same face to your own being. Even to yourself. Don't be a constant frightened child to yourself. Complete with it. Get rid of that identity. Build yourself authentically. Don't constantly be a frightened baby. The first step in living Advaita is to get rid of the... Please understand, your fear is not cute. It is nothing but your own violence which you don't want to accept as violence because you thinking you have violence is too much. Fear is a coat, sugar coat done on violence. There is a beautiful verse by a great saint from Tamil Nadu, Manikarnika Ghat. He sings, people who carry inside a deep violence but believe that they have fear, oh Mahadeva, let me be afraid of them and keep them away from me. First, complete with that frightened child inside. Show yourself as a friend to you. Let you seeing you bring tremendous confidence to you. Even when you go to a temple, when you go to a god, guru, the way you carry you and present you to them, and coconut. Who wants that? I see the person who brings, not what is brought. Nothing can be brought to me. Understand? Nothing can be brought to me. Neither I enjoy nor I lack. Neither I enjoy what is brought to me, nor I lack if I want anything. Please understand, I am making this statement with all my integrity and authenticity. Neither I enjoy what is brought, nor I lack if I want something. It is the person who brings, the being you bring, not even the body and the mind which brings. No. The being which brings. Don't have that Indian diverse relationship with the life. People come and ask me, what is the secret of happy marriage, Swamiji? I tell them, secret of a happy marriage remains a secret. Listen. When you start thinking for the whole teamily, the homework which I gave you yesterday, the first thing you need to do is complete and drop your violence, anger towards you and others, and the impossibility. All impossibility grows out of violence. All powerlessness grows out of violence. And don't think your tantrums are going to be treated by life as cute. No. Tantrums are dealt only with ganas, means mace. Tantrums are not dealt with candy in life. Maybe your parents would have dealt your tantrums with candy. But life is not going to deal your tantrums with candy. Your parents were inefficient and they were in the hurry to do something, so they just want to silence you. And they throw what you want when you throw tantrum. They have no time to spend with you. But life has lot of time to spend with you. Your tantrums are going to be handled only by mace, not by candy. Be very clear. So stop throwing tantrum. Throwing tantrum is not cute. Cherishing violence and fear is what is throwing tantrum towards life. That is not cute, and life does not enjoy it. Complete with it and decide to cause the reality of your timely. So you will continue to do this homework till tomorrow. Yesterday I gave you this homework. I gave you 48 hours time. So till tomorrow satsang, you will continue to do this homework. This homework is not for the IA participants. IA participants, I am guiding you through the inner awakening session. You don't get confused. This is for the satsangis. Satsangis are a group of people, devotees who are attending the satsang every day. Actually, without even attending IA, I am leading them also into the same living Advaita process by small processes, step by step by step. So with this, the punchline of today's satsang. Whether you decide to fight or flight, the frightened child inside you is wrong, not cute. Complete with it. Your tantrum towards life is not going to be handled with candy. It is only going to be handled with mace. Powerlessness is punished. So be very clear. Powerlessness is punished. So complete it. In life, law of life, powerlessness is not helped, sympathized, empathized. It is punished. You are given the knowledge to get out of powerlessness. If you are not ready to apply and use it and get out, you are punished. Don't get into that vicious circle. Please understand, whatever I am saying is law of life. Whether you give the title, it is bad, it is good, nobody is there to receive the title, because life is you. Any title you give, you can paste it on your forehead, because the title belongs to you. Any title you want to give for life, good or bad, right or wrong, just or unjust, please stick it on your forehead. Because that is where it belongs to. The title you are giving to life is for you. Just understand the simple truths of life and tune yourself to it. That's all.
Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nityananda.org, www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.
Nityanandeshwara Samarambham Nityande Guru Paramparam. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Tanedars, Kotaris sitting with us through Nityananda TV, Sadhana TV and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha in so many countries all over the world. The city is sitting with us all over the world, having Nayana Diksha. Seattle Adinam, Ohio Adinam, Vancouver, Bhubaneswar, Los Angeles Adinam, Mill Valley, Phoenix Adinam, St. Louis Adinam, Kuala Lumpur Adinam, Snehamayi. As long as you think, you see many things. There are many gods, because everything is God. When you start seeing only one thing, that one thing is God, then there is only one God. Understand? If you see nothing, that nothing is God. So, there is only one God is stupidity, there is only God is the reality. In Varanasi, as many things as you see, so many gods are there. Understand? In Varanasi, there is only God. So anything you see is God. That is why there is only God is a most powerful statement than only one God. I am telling you, from yesterday, the moment I landed into Varanasi, just, if I had to describe in one word, feels like Sadashiva, center of all the enlightenment, power, consciousness, truth, energy, everything. It is just, from yesterday, I can see the Sadashiva multifold expanding and exploding. So, I welcome every one of you. Please come as early as possible. When I am here, what are you doing there? When I am here, what are you doing there? Come on. It is time. You come and experience Varanasi, the Maheshwara, Sadashiva. This is the place where you can experience the love current of Mahadeva. Because this whole city, Mahadeva created for the sake of Parvati, for the sake of Devi, because Devi wanted to settle down in plains. Mahadeva created this city. Beautifully the story describes, after Sati leaves the body, when she assumes the next body as Parvati and gets married to Mahadeva, and then Ganesha happens, Kartikeya happens, then Devi asks, let's go and settle down in plains with the whole family. Then Mahadeva chooses this place. After he chose this place and settled down, this place is Anandavana. Then Devi wanted to bless her previous Janma father Daksha. So Parvati and Mahadeva both appear in front of Daksha, who was staying at the time in Haridwar, in his palace in Kankal. So by then he has become Shiva devotee and he was worshipping Mahadeva, Daksheshwar Mahadeva, and Devi and Parvati appear, Devi and bless him. After the blessings, Devi invites Daksha and wife of Daksha to come and stay in Varanasi. So they both also moved to Varanasi to live Vanaprastha life. and as a whole family, in-laws and earlier Janma in-laws, Mahadeva lived here. To see all of them, Ganga comes. To have darshan of Mahadeva, and everyone, Ganga comes here. This is the beautiful city where you can experience the love current of Mahadeva, and I welcome every one of you. Please come here to experience the love current of Mahadeva. Anywhere in the world, you can say there is only one God, but in Varanasi, you can say only one statement, that is, there is only God. Understand? Anywhere in the world you can say there is only one God. In Varanasi, I should say there is only God. Anywhere you see, it is God, 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 and God. So, come here to experience God. Anything can be given up to experience Varanasi, but nothing should come in between you and experiencing Varanasi. Ganga here is love current of Mahadeva. Here, Ganga is the love current of Mahadeva. She is not just flowing away from Mahadeva, she is flowing on Mahadeva in Varanasi. She is flowing on Mahadeva in Varanasi. Varanasi, Ganga. I have no words and nothing much to speak. Just my big smile, only that speaks, that can speak volumes about Varanasi. Whatever I want to say is already expressing through my wide smile. See, when you guys see me physically, how you have the wide big smile on your face, which is uncontrollable. That is exactly I am going through now. So that's all I can say. So I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nityananda Dhyanapeetham, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nityananda.org, www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.